Hello, and welcome to the last chapter of our reading of Lands of Legend. Here we go. Every people of the world has its stories about a dreadful catastrophe that nearly ended life on this planet. The Bible tells the story of a mighty flood that drowned everyone except for Noah, his family, and a pair of each type of animal. The Hindu religion mentions something that fell from the sky into the ocean with a terrifying roar, creating gigantic waves. Scandinavian poems describe the time when the sun grew dark and the land caught fire and then sank into the sea. The people of Samoa say that their island rose out of the Pacific Ocean after a mighty storm. Could all these point to a single disastrous event, thousands of years ago, which destroyed lands such as Atlantis, Mu, or Lemuria? Today's scientists do not believe this, and think that all these stories refer to separate incidents which occurred at different times. Today we can find out what is going on in the rest of the world and the press of a button on a radio or television set. But in the days before these means of communication, when people did not know what was happening outside their own lands, a disaster like a flood, an earthquake, a tidal wave, a hurricane, or a volcano erupting must have seemed as if the world was coming to an end. And this is how it would have been described to the generations that followed. But could one of these disasters have caused a continent the size of Atlantis to disappear? According to scientists, it would have taken thousands of years for this to happen. But some people say that our planet is hollow and capable of opening up and swallowing large areas of land quite quickly. These people point to the many islands that have appeared and disappeared in modern times. Further evidence against the theory of missing continents is that our land does not stay still, but is always moving. Millions of years ago, it is argued, there was just one large mass of land, which has broken up over the centuries into the continents we know today. In the 1960s, this theory was checked with the help of computers. The results showed that the continents could fit together like a gigantic jigsaw. This suggests that there are no missing areas of land. In this book, we have been looking back in time. One day we too will become part of history, and perhaps children will be discussing lands or cities that vanished in our lifetime. If the Earth is getting hotter, as some scientists believe, will the ice around the North and South Poles begin to melt? Will this eventually lead to the flooding of huge land areas? Could a huge meteor destroy islands like Japan or New Zealand? Could an explosion in a nuclear power station wipe out a whole city? Could New York one day be talked about as a city that disappeared in the late 20th century AD? Well, how's that for something grim? Yes, grim. That's Lands of Legend. Next time will be Ancient Mysteries. Something hopefully with a happier conclusion. See ya!